Welcome. You are here with Dr. Nilda Perez with Business Foresight, creating strategies towards your extraordinary future. Welcome to Dr. Nilda Radio. As most of you already know, there is no radio this week, so this is the reason why I opted to go this route and be able to give you the radio show, even though I'm not at the radio station. We're going to be doing it from live from my office. So I'm going to be doing a small training today, and basically I don't even think it's really a training, but it's definitely something that is worth the conversation. So what I am going to be talking about today, and I'm going to try to get on Facebook on my phone so that I can see the questions. Having to do all this stuff all at once is a lot of work, but here we go. So today I want to discuss about gratitude. There are two parts to what I'm going to be talking about. The first one is gratitude for others, and then gratitude for ourselves. So we're going to call this I'm going to call it my Thanksgiving sermon, because honestly I think as I start explaining, you're gonna realize that it's pretty much a sermon. So firstly, there is an advantage attached to gratefulness. It's something that we all celebrate Thanksgiving every year, but what we fail to do is that one of the things we fail to do is that we fail to actually be grateful, and so that's where I'm going to be today. Today we're going to talk. Today the main conversation is going to be about gratitude. So there's an advantage, like I said, there's an advantage attached to being grateful. Oftentimes we're so involved being busy with our lives and our businesses and our careers that we forget to be grateful. Grateful for our blessings, grateful for the things that we have. There is so much that we have in our lives, and we really don't pay a lot of attention to that. And it's really, we really have to. So I've learned that there's always something to be grateful for. I mean, anybody that knows me even a little bit knows that is always my mantra. There's always something to be grateful for. Even in the worst of circumstances, there's always something to be grateful for. But we need to be able to, we need to empower, we need to, I'm not going to use the word empower, we need to be focused on the positive. We need to be focused on what are the things that you want to be grateful for. It's not something that just happens, if you know me, you know that I apply this to my life. Our situations are not always perfect. The things that we do are not exactly the way that we want them to be. But nevertheless, there's always something in the midst of whatever it is that we're doing for us to be grateful for. And that's my focus, and that's what I want to focus on today. And today can be like the first. If this is how you live, that's wonderful. But if it isn't, this is definitely food for thought. So if you want to download my worksheet, you can go to Dr. Nilda Perez /worksheet. Again, Dr. Nilda Perez /worksheet. So, without further ado, I'm going to get more involved in this, and I want you to start taking notes, because this is really a very important subject matter. Taking the time to stop to be grateful to friends, family, clients is really important. By recognizing others, you don't realize what you're doing for yourself. There's almost like this constant scoping of what are the positive things, whether that's in your personal life or that's in your business life, and everything that we do. Where are those things that we need to be grateful for, or we should be looking at in gratitude? I've learned in my life that in spite of the worst circumstances, the best things have come out of it. But like I said, I'm always looking for that positive. I'm always looking for something to be grateful for. So quite a few years back actually, right now it's almost 10 years that I lost my job. And I had an awesome position that I had been wanting all of my life. I had prepared for my career, and I thought this was exactly what I wanted. This is perfect. This is what I need. This is what I want in my life. But guess what? I lost it. And at that point, rather than be upset and angry, I started looking at the positive. And I said, okay, so what has come out of this, and what can I do with this? I can get another job. I can, I can redesign my life. What am I going to do at this point? And at that point was that I decided, you know what? I have this small practice that I really have not been invested in. I really haven't done a lot for. Why don't I grow that? And that started my journey in my quest into what I'm doing today. It has evolved over time, but the reality is that horrible situation, because that had never happened to me ever, and that horrible situation served as the catalyst for my life to change. So again, looking for those things to be grateful for, that's key. So my mom always says, so by recognizing others with gratitude, let's talk about that. By recognizing others with gratitude and being grateful and being, really being outstanding with them, and recognizing their accomplishments, or recognizing the positive things that they've done towards you, towards others, by being grateful for who they are in your life and what they bring to your life, makes a huge difference. First of all, they value you, they respect you, and that's awesome. That's a huge thing. Besides that, that's only one component. But besides that, you start developing trust with these people, because people that you stop and you recognize always they think of you differently, and that to me is key. So my mom always says a little sugar goes a long way. She taught me that since I was a little girl. And the truth of the matter is that I've experienced that in my life. That little bit of kindness, that time that you take to be kind to people, really does go a long way. So it shouldn't just be in the Thanksgiving season. This should be a way of life. You can begin today to find the things that you're grateful for. What are the things in your life that you're grateful for? So you can begin right now, even in the worst of circumstances. Like I said, we always look for things to be perfect, for us to be grateful. But, excuse me, I have a little bit of a runny nose. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Again, even in the worst of circumstances, there's always something to be grateful for. So I want you to take this time to look at what are the things in your life that you're grateful for. You begin to see the world in a different light. And that also fills it with joy. Because most of the time when we look at things and we have this negative, this negativity, and always focusing on the negative, it's a horrible thing, because what happens is that we're unhappy. It starts creating in us an unhappiness and a dissatisfaction. Whereas if we could take in that same circumstance and look for the positive, it just changes everything. It changes everything, how we do it and how we feel about life. So with your friends, with your families, with your customers, you will prosper when you take the time to be grateful for. So here's where we're going to start, and this is probably where you want to start jotting down notes. I want you to ask yourself, am I grateful for my family? Because honestly, I think I have the best family. So are you grateful for your family? What about your family are you grateful for? It's a great question to ask yourself. What is it about your family that you're grateful for? Remember, they don't have to be perfect. None of us have perfect families. But what about them is making you, what about them are you grateful for? The next question is, you want to ask yourself, are you grateful for, your partner and your family? What does your husband and your, are you grateful for in that aspect? One of the things that I'm grateful for is for my work and my position. I love what I do. I love what I do. And if you don't love what you do, what about what you do in your job, in your career, do you love? And that's another thing that you should start, jotting down. I'm grateful for this program and for having a weekly people listening to me. That to me is awesome, that people would care enough to take time to stop and listen. That's something to be grateful for. You want to start looking in your life. What are the things in your life? And you start from the inside out. What are the things in your life that you're grateful for? In your personal life, in your career, in your business, and in your family, you just keep going out and look at that circle, that circumference around you, that sphere. What are the things in your environment, in yourself, and you start from yourself, from the inside out, what are the things that you're grateful for? Those things are key. This is the reason why I call this a sermon. You want to be able to take this time and begin. This is a great time to begin this, and I know this is like the end of the year, kind of like an odd time because it's November and it's not the end of the year. But this is a mantra that you need to begin today. What are the things that you're grateful for? Who are the people that you're grateful for? And how are you going to reach out and let them know? This can begin from the inside out. Who are these people? What are the things that you're grateful for? So this is going to end this part of this. I want to stop here and I want to tell you about my great giveaway that I would love for you to sign up for. It's a 1-hour business and marketing consultation. This is an over $600. This is valued at over $600. And what we will do is that we will look at your business and position your business for a better future. So we look at what you have in your business and we'll analyze it and my part is that I look at your business, I analyze it, I look at trends, and I'll help you to be able to position yourself for a better future in your business and other avenues that you can possibly make money in. And then there's the marketing piece where Rachel Calderon, my marketing director, will sit with you and she will give you a marketing strategy. So we've simplified this because I know this was really, really long. So what we've done is that we changed that URL to Dr. Nilda Perez /contest. Again, Dr. Nilda Perez /contest. Remember, one person is going to win. There is a contest, and we have quite a few people that have signed up for it. If you sign up for it, you will be. We will be at the end of the year. We're going to let you know who won, and they're gonna win this. There's going to be 2 hours, 1 hour with me and 1 hour with Rachel, where they're going to sit and we're going to analyze your business, both a marketing strategy and how to position you for a better outcome in your business. So again, go to Dr. Nilda Perez /contest. Another thing, and this is really fascinating that I wanted to talk to you about is, really quickly, I had a conversation with Vera Moore from Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. I don't know if you know her, but her makeup is in all of the high-end stores. And also she has a line in Duane Reade. So we had a conversation yesterday over, we were in Thanksgiving, so we went to, and Thanksgiving Day we had a conversation, and she has a special for this Black Friday that she offered me just for my customers. I think this is fascinating because this is not something that gets offered that easily. So she is willing to give 50% off to anybody who goes into her site. Whatever you buy is going to be 50% off your full purchase, which is fascinating. So she is giving, if you go to Vera, VERA, More, MOORE.com, you go to veramore.com, you choose whatever you want, and then you must call. If you do it online, you won't get this because this is only for the people that are listening in my radio program. So then you have to call 516-367-6538. 50% off your full purchase if you call 516-367-6538. And then you need to give them my name. Say, I heard about you, I heard about this makeup line, or I heard about this 50% discount from Dr. Nilda Perez Radio. Dr. Nilda Perez Radio. You have to tell them that, otherwise you won't get your 50% discount. I think this is fascinating. 50% off Her makeup is top notch. Her stuff is awesome. I use it. It's awesome. So again, Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. So you go to veramoorecosmetics.com and you're going to get 50% off. Okay, we're going to put this on the site also. So now we will continue. This will be part 2. In part 2, I want to talk about being grateful for your accomplishments. We always have, too often we think that our accomplishments, we can't celebrate ourselves and we can't be grateful until we don't reach that big goal that we have. The thing that we fail to understand is that life is a journey. And it's the little things that bring you to the big thing. Whatever that big thing is, you need to enjoy the journey. And you need to celebrate those small successes. For this reason, what I do is I do an annual review of my business. I look at what have I accomplished in this year. At the beginning of the year, I'm going to talk about this at a later time. I'm going to have a whole training on this. But what I do is at the end of the year, I do an analysis of what are the things that I accomplished. But in the beginning of the year, I set my goals. And then my goals I look at quarterly. The beauty of that is that you see where you are with your goals. But even better than that, the step process. You start analyzing the steps that you've taken towards that goal. So let's say one of my goals may be the radio station. That was one of my goals. So I had that as a goal, but I was thinking more of a podcast. So I started taking the steps that I needed towards a podcast. And then all of a sudden, as God would have it, I ended up on a live radio show. I still do the podcast, but the podcast comes from the live radio show. You see, I was taking the steps, and when you do that, you need to celebrate those small victories, because the victories are, it took me over a year, I think probably 2 years to get this whole thing, to come to fruition. It was a step process, but it's about celebrating those small victories. Too often, the media tells us that, success is the big house, the luxury car, the yachts, the money in your pocket, having a lot of money. But we fail to celebrate all of the things, you don't get there overnight. And it's all of the small things that get us there. So we're so busy celebrating the victory when it's big, and we're poo-poo the small steps that we take. That analysis helps us to look at what have we accomplished. Look at how far we've come. One of the blessings of having people that I'm surrounded with is that encouragement. That they're like, look, we've come a long way. Yeah, there's still ways to go, but we've come a long way. And the beauty of this is that life is a journey. So there are always steps that you take. So we never really feel like we've reached that big goal. But we don't reach that big goal because we always set another one. And that's how it should be. It should be, we're constantly growing from process to process, from goal to goal. That's how it's supposed to be. So we never celebrate anything if we don't take the time to stop and celebrate the small victories. And those victories really are the journey, and really are the only things that take us to the big thing. So again, we need to celebrate even the most minimal things. I want you to stop focusing on the big. I mean, yes, that's definitely, you want to focus on it in the overall picture. But I think we need to stop focusing on that as the achievement, because there are so many other things that are the smaller achievements that are going to bring us there, that we need to celebrate as we go along. So for this, I'm going to give you a few questions, and I hope you still have that worksheet available, because these are the questions that I want you to ask yourself. Okay. Do you know that it is critical to take a seat and analyze and look at where you are today and look back at where you've been, so that you can that will be the marker of where you are today. Where was I a year ago? Where was I 3 years ago? Where was I 6 months ago? And where am I today? What is the progress that I've made? And if I haven't made any progress, what have been the setbacks? Another question you want to ask yourself is, did you know that it was important to celebrate the small stuff? All the small stuff all the small things that you do in this journey towards your big goal, they should be celebrated. The next question is, did you know that success is not the big picture? It's that those daily little strides that you make towards your big goal, those are, at the end of the day, those are the big things. Really, that is what solidifies the big goal, because it's that tenacity of small things that really helps you achieve the big goal. The other thing is that you know that it's important to celebrate your staff and your support. These are even for the smallest of accomplishments. It should be like a daily, no, maybe not daily, but it should be a periodic thing that, you sit and you celebrate. Hey, we did one thing, and this one thing was very successful. But it's just as important, and this is the next question, to look at your failures. Einstein, was it Einstein? Yeah, that said, it's not the big things, right? He said, he did not poo-poo all of the 1,000 times to make that light bulb. He didn't consider the 1,000 times that he did it as a failure. He just learned 1,000 times what not to do. So I think that's one of the things that we need to focus on. Our failures are not necessarily failures. It's something that we learned not to do. So we look at that and we analyze it, and we have to look at it as, what can we learn from this? And what is the next goal that we need to achieve, or what are the next steps that we need to take so that we can achieve that big goal? You don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. See, the small successes are the big thing. So when you reach the big success, right, what we think is the big goal, oftentimes we can take a big step back. So you reach this goal that you wanted to reach, and now we're there, and suddenly you realize there's a huge step that you took back. Either you lost a big account, or what you thought was working suddenly is not working as well. Oftentimes we look at that as a setback. Oh my goodness, that's a failure, that was terrible. That's not necessarily the case. You want to look at these failures, and you want to be honest with yourself and say, okay, you know what? It's time to reboot and reposition. Take another leap forward. Because remember, there's a lot that you learned because you achieved success. So you got there. So now you took maybe even like a massive step back. But you can't forget the fact that you were where you wanted to be. So now you need to reboot and say, okay, now I know the steps that I need to take. So I need to do that. What are the things that I need to do? So I want you to look at that. See, you need to be grateful for the failures. Because in the failures are the lessons. I have to tell you, human nature, we learn nothing from our successes. Like, oh, this is great. Now we're here, we've achieved this. But we learn a lot from our failures. It's all of the times that we fail that help us to achieve the big thing. So we do something this way, this didn't work, and another way, that didn't work, and all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, it was so simple, I should have done it this way. So taking that step back, you've already learned the lessons. You've already learned that, hey, I can achieve things. I've done well. I've achieved that goal, but now I took a step back. Okay, now it's time to pick up the pieces, reboot, let's do it again. Life is not perfect, there are setbacks, there are always going to be setbacks. There are small failures, and then there are big failures, but that's okay. We need to look at that as a boost and as a positive thing to help us achieve those other goals that we want to achieve. Maybe the direction you were going suddenly is not that's no longer available. That account is no longer available. Those clients, that's a door that was closed. So what are you going to do to analyze and look at what can we do differently, and how can we fix what we have, refresh, and renew? Why not? So, and that all comes from that place of gratitude, being grateful even for these areas, these times when you struggle and you go, wow, that was bad. I made a mistake. I didn't expect blah 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 to happen, and here it is. It happened, and I failed. No, those are things that you want to be grateful for, because all of these are the small things that are going to bring you back to where you were. This is at this time, which is, again, this is Thanksgiving and a time for us to be grateful. You want to ask yourself, and you want to be able to learn the small victories are important. You want to be thankful to God for steadfastness, for your strength and your tenacity, because this is what's going to keep you. You brush up and you keep going. You don't stop a marathon because you fell. You just brush up and keep going. You're gonna look at that and you're gonna keep going. You want to be grateful for all of the celebrations and the small stuff, because the small stuff, in fact, you're gonna learn is really the big stuff. So we're always waiting for that big achievement, and it's that journey of all of the small things, all of the little areas in our lives that bring us to that big achievement. And then the big achievement is really at the end of the day. It's good, you're grateful, and this is what you've worked for, but you realize that when you sit back and you talk, you go, wow, I remember all that it took to get here, and the laughs that we had, and the cries that we had, and the tough days and the good days. And those are really all of those things, those are the building blocks that bring you to that place that you've always wanted, or to achieve that big goal. So this ends this training. I want to go back and tell you again that we have this contest, and we're giving away a 1 hour strategy session with both Rachel and myself. It's a contest, so you have to sign up for the contest. It's valued at over $600, and you are going to get. You have to go for the contest. You have to go to Dr. Nilda Perez /contest. drnildaperez.com/contest. We're going to put it up. And let's not forget about the bonus that Vera Moore has given us. She's given it just for you guys, nobody else. Just for you guys who are my listeners. You go on to VeraMooreCosmetics.com, pick whatever you want, and you get 50% off when you call. Got to go back to the number. When you call 516-367-6538, and you tell them that you heard about the 50% off from Dr. Nilda Perez Radio. So you have to give them my name, and you will get your free giveaway. So this is going to be a marathon. I will be back in by 12 o'clock. So we have Ruby. This is going to be a very exciting day, because this is going to be ongoing all day. We're going to keep doing these pop-ups, and we have Dr. Ruby Gonzalez-Rios. She's going to be on at 12 noon, a scientist, amazing woman, brilliant. She's going to talk about her research with cells, cancer cells. She does cancer cell research. A very, very intelligent woman. You're going to love her talk. She is the most genuine, gentle person, but she's brilliant. You're going to enjoy her. Then after that, at 1:30, we have Manny Figueroa, an entrepreneur. He's going to tell you his trajectory of his life and how he is where he is. And it's been this guy has been in business since he was 17 years old. And he's, talk about failures and successes. He's done great in business. He's done terrible in business. And he just picks up and does it again. An amazing man. He's fantastic. You're going to love him. And then we have Rosie Otero Walsh. She's running an amazing program for youth, and she's going to tell you how she took this program from 4 kids to over 515 kids. Her story is amazing, and she's going to be there along with Jorge Buret. Jorge Buret he is the CEO of Hoops and Sports for All. He's been on the program before, but I am matching them up because this conversation is going to be so exciting. So I just hope you guys stay, around all day. Turn it on, whenever I know almost everybody's doing Black Friday shopping, which I hate and I'll never do because it's just way too packed. I will wait till like next week in the morning. I'll go shopping because that's ridiculous. I can't take the mess. But I'm going to be here, and I am going to have all of these awesome guests, and this is my Black Friday special to you. You need to listen in because I have to tell you these people are phenomenal. So this ends my segment, but we will be I tell you, it's going to be pop-ups. We're going to be popping up all day long, and everything else from here forward is going to be on time. I am sorry. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a long day yesterday. It went way longer than I thought. We got home. That traffic was horrendous, so I got home late. So that kind of set everything back. So at any rate, so I look forward to seeing you later today for my Dr. Nilda special, which is my marathon of all these awesome guests. So I will talk to you soon, all right? I'll hear from you soon.
I want to thank you for being with us on Business Foresight, always creating strategies towards an extraordinary future. Remember, I'm here with you with strategies every Saturday. I'll see you next week.